So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, this is actually the practice. You could see it's actually Surah Al-An'am. And we are going to start with Surah Al-An'am. And of course, if this is 137, this is 139, page 139. We're going to be practicing just half a page right here. So let's just see a number of different things. We could see different colors. And what these colors mean is actually at the bottom of the page. So you could see at the bottom of the page right there where it gives you all the different kinds of the different signs for what these letters actually, these colors really mean. So you got the red ones are the red, orange, blue, and what is that? I guess light yellow or whatever. These are actually the extending signs, but on the other side. So this one would be the highest one to extend. So you're making an a or an oo or an e. This one is going to be less, where it can be 2 or 4 or 6 counts. And this is going to be 4 or 5. Yeah, this is a violet, or I guess burgundy, and you've got a red right there. You got an orange, 2, 4, 6, and the red is 4 or 5, and this one is 2 counts. On the other hand, you got on the other side, you've got the green ones, which usually are really appearing in the N sound, whether it's in an un, N, or N, which is the tanween, or it can also appear in the noon, just the real noon with a sukoon right there. And if it appears green, that simply means you're going to make a nasal sound. We'll talk about it and demonstrate it later on. The gray colored are really going to be either in letters that you shouldn't be pronouncing, or it's going to be in the an, on, n, or a noon with a sukoon. So maybe we can just demonstrate those right there and just write them. So when we're looking at the gray, it's either going to be in any letter. So any letters, just keep that as a question mark, or it can be in the an, or the un, or the n, or the noon that has a sukoon. And in that situation, those sounds, the N sound, that is the N sound of them. Remember, this is an N, on, N, and N. So the N sound of it is gone, and then you would actually connect with the following letter. If the following letter is black, you're going to see it has one rule. If the letter that's following this gray one is green, you're going to see what we're going to do. Now, on the other hand, you got in this code, this color coded Quran, it's really simple to use. And if you actually have the dark blue ra, it's compared to dhikra, compared to fir'aun. If it's a black ra, it's either going to be a black ra or it's going to be a dark blue ra. In that situation, you're comparing between ra, that thick sound, versus that light sound. So the sound would be black, the sound would be dark blue. The light blue ones are actually called qalqala, and the best way to explain this one, I usually explain it to the kids, it's a bouncing sound. So you're right, you got right here, iqo, iqo, iqo. And of course, the light blue sounds are either going to be in the letters qa, or the letter ta, or the letter ba, or the letter jim, or the letter dal. So you got qutub jad is the best way to memorize it. Even if you don't remember those letters, don't worry, they already put them for you in light blue on which letters are supposed to be those bouncy letters. So that's an easy way to remember it. Now, on the other hand, so we're just going to demonstrate in practice some of those key words or key letters. And of course, we're going to be starting with Surah Al-An'am right there, and let's actually demonstrate it right there. So starting from here, الذين آمنوا ولم يلبسوا. Notice this one. And of course, when we're looking at the keys, we're just going to go up to look at the keys because they're easier to get to. The red ones are an extending sound, an extension for that particular letter. And the only ones that you're going to see coming in the red color or orange color are really the a or the oo or the e, and then you've got the he right there. That comes in most of the times either in this kind of, I don't know, looking like a yellow green or something. And you will see this one coming in. We'll talk about that one later on. So وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ. Notice here, we talked about the green, and we said that you're taking out the N, sorry, you're putting in a nose sound. إِيمَانَهُمْ. Now, of course, this one comes out automatically. إِيمَانَهُمْ. Simply because the meme and the ba actually come from the frontal parts of your mouth. So while you're while you have your mouth closed, you're going to find that إيمانهم بظلم أولئك لهم الأمن. أولئك. Notice how we're extending the a sound because it has red. And what about this gray one? Remember, you're skipping every single gray letter because it's simply silent. أولئك لهم الأمن وهم مهتدون. What did I do? وهم مهتدون. I basically pressed on it right there. Every meme that has a shadda on it, which is this, I don't know, upside down 3, right? Same thing right there, same thing right there. Every single noon that has a shadda, like this one, and this one, you're basically going to press on it. So let's do it again. وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. So why did we say dune right there? Because it's orange. So the orange ones or the red ones are really to be extended. وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا. Remember, we're extending, and they made it easy for you in 2 ways. They put it for you in red, and they also put you this wave on top in order to give you a sign that you want to extend it. وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَاهَا. Notice how we said آتَيْنَاهَا. Remember, that sound? That's why they put the wave up there. آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْ. Why did I do that b sound? Because remember that light blue is simply to bounce it right there. The light blue is to bounce it. إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ. The Jim, these flying little guys right there are basically stop signs. So you got, this is a stop sign. We'll talk about those later. Now notice that ra right there. Remember, if it's a ra that's dark blue, you're going to give it the thick sound. Sound. نرفع not dar, da. نرفع درجات من نشاء. إن ربك حكيم عليم. Notice I did عليم. What did I do? I basically extended this little guy. Let's see this one. وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ. Oh, wait a minute. Let's look at this one. Lahu. What am I doing? Now, this one, if you were to continue with this little one, this is basically an E. This little triangle right there is like an E. But it's you don't want to say an E. This would only come after a ha right there. So, قَوْمِهِ. That's all. You're not doing قَوْمِهِ unless there's a wave on top. And that's where that wave is right there. This is a who. You'll only find a who or a he that have, after the ha, that would have this little E right there that's supposed to be an E, or an oo on top, because it's either going to be a he or a who. You're not going to be having a ha in that extension. وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ إِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ. Jim means stop. You can, well, جواز الوقف, but you can stop here. كُلًّا هَدَيْنَا وَنُوحًا هَدَيْنَا مِن قَبْلِ. Now, I want you to look at this one, because the noon right there is actually green. And we said if we would have a noon that's green, so let's do it right there. If you would have a noon that's green, or any tanween that is green, the letter that's after it, if it's green, okay? If any of these are green, the letter that's after it is going to be given a nasal sound, Let's see and actually practice it just a little bit. Let's go over it and see. من قبل, من قبل. You're not making من قبل. That's actually wrong. من قبل. What am I doing? I'm more giving the nasal sound on the letter that follows the N. من قبل ومنذ ومنذ. My mouth is really going as if I'm saying midhu, but I'm putting, because this noon is green, I'm putting a nose sound in the following letter. So I'm not saying ومنذ, absolutely wrong. ومنذ, ومنذ, as if I'm saying midhu, but I'm putting with it a more of a nose sound. وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِهِ. Notice here, ذُرِّيَّتِهِ. Why did I say he? Because of this little crooked yeah on the back. وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِهِ دَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ وَأَيُّوبَ وَيُوسُفَ وَمُوسَى. وَأَيُّوبَ وَيُوسُفَ وَمُوسَى وَهَارُونَ. You can actually extend this one if you stop at it because of this one. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْ. We did this one because of that qalqala that we talked about, that little bounce right there. We talked about it earlier, that little bounce right there. Every light blue letter, you're going to give it that bounce. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Now, if I extended this one, alim, if I extended a 2 count, what does a 2 count mean? A 2 count simply means 2 seconds. If you're going to extend this one 2 counts, you're going to extend this one 2 counts. You're going to extend this one 2 counts. If all the other oranges as well. All right. If you extended it 4 counts, hakimun alim. And here, muhsini, min as-salihin. You noticed we extended it 4 counts. Let's say we wanted to extend it 6 counts. Hakimun alim. Najzi al-muhsinin. Min as-salihin. What we're doing, we're extending it. Once we start with the E, at least in this example, that's when we're going to start with extension. So let's continue. وَزَكَرِيَّا وَيَحْيَا وَزَكَرِيَّا وَيَحْيَا وَعِيسَى وَإِلْيَاسَ. كُلُّم. What am I doing? Taking out the N sound and then connecting. كُلٌّ مِّنَ الصَّالِحِينَ وإسماعيل واليسع ويونس ولوطا. Notice how we're going to do this one. I want you to pay attention. وكلا. Notice كلا. What am I doing? Taking out the end sound and replacing it with a no sound after I jump right here. So it's technically I'm saying وكلف. But what am I doing is really giving it the no sound. وَكُلًّا فَضَّلْنَا عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. وَمِنْ آبَائِهِمْ ومن آبائهم وذرياتهم notice that thickness in the ha. وإخوانهم notice that shaking on that G. وَاجْتَبَيْنَاهُمْ وَهَدَيْنَاهُمْ إِلَى. Notice that little a right there. You're just making it an ila. You're not extending anything at all because it doesn't have the wave. وَهَدَيْنَاهُمْ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ. What am I doing? Taking out the N sound and then connecting it and pressing right there. إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. Not musta. Musta. ذلك هدى الله يهدي به, take out the N sound. يهدي به من يشاء من عباده ولو أشركوا لحبط عنهم ما كانوا يعملون. Very simple. If you just kind of practice on it, you'll get the picture. أولئك الذين آتيناهم you're jumping right there. آتيناهم الكتاب والحكم والنبوة. Take out the end sound. فَإِن يَكْفُرْ. Notice that raw right there. They put it for you in dark blue because they want to take. فَإِن يَكْفُرْ بِهَا هؤلاء فقد وكلنا بها قوما. What am I doing? I'm not saying قوما. No, that's why they didn't put it for you in green. قوما ليسوا بها بكافرين. أولئك الذين هدى الله فبهداه مقتده. That little shake right there. فبهداه مقتده. قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا. أجر. What are you giving it? You're giving a shake and the dark blue raw. قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إن هو إلا ذكرى. Notice that thickness. إن هو إلا ذكرى للعالمين. Again, that extension right there. So this is what we're practicing on. And inshallah, just use the app. There are actually a number of different apps. And I just noticed that there are actually these Qur'ans, which I actually got from Amazon. And it's really great, really. And they would have a QR code on the side. You can take a picture of it, and then right away that app, that QR code will actually open up that page, and then you can actually practice that page by looking at that page on your screen, and it will actually read it for you. They'll have different reciters, and you can choose how many times you want it to recite, but they'll have the actual page, and they'll highlight those ayat. It's actually available on Amazon. I got that Quran from Amazon, and my kids always use it. I love it very much. So yeah, something